Hello, everybody, and welcome into the newest episode of the Missing Piece podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening in. I'm sorry about not posting a video sooner. I originally had one recorded on my computer, and I ended up not saving it, so that was on me. We got a pretty good episode for you guys today. It's going to be a pretty quick one. So on today's episode, we have the NBA All-Star weekend recap. We'll go over what happened at the All-Star weekend in San Francisco. We'll go over the Pacers, where they stand at the halfway point of the season, where if they can go up or down, and what needs to happen for them to make a deep run again. We'll go over some Colts stuff, which not really much going out of there, but we'll go over some positions that they may be looking at the combine at the end of the month here in Indy. So without further ado, I think we go ahead and get into it. So NBA All-Star Weekend, the three-point contest, Tyler Hero of the Miami Heat was the winner. He beat out Damian Lillard, who won it last year. And then Mac McClung won the NBA dunk contest by jumping over a car, channeling his inner Blake Griffin. Mac McClung has won the NBA contest the past 3 years, so he's got a three-peat, but not the Chiefs. So good on Mac McClung. As far as the NBA All-Star Game format goes, it was a little different this year. So what the NBA All-Star did was they had 4 teams, and they had the TNT analysts. So it was Team Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaq, and Charles Barkley, and then they had a Rising Stars team that Candace Parker had. So you had Team Kenny the Jet Smith's team was basically the Rising Stars, so that was like Jalen Brunson and all them. Team Charles Barkley, they had the foreign stars. So Pascal Siakam of the Pacers was on Charles Barkley's team. And Team Shaq had the OG. So he had like LeBron and Steph Curry on his team. So Team Charles Barkley ended up playing Team Kenny the Jet Smith first. Team Charles Barkley won that game. And then Team Shaq beat the Rising Stars team first. So, and then the championship game was between Team Shaq and Team Charles Barkley, and Team Shaq won. So the OGs won the NBA All-Star tournament. I don't know. I don't think it really did that well. I know next year they're talking about having it being Team USA versus like the foreign stars. So we'll see how that goes. See if they make any changes next year. I think as far as the Pacers go, currently they're sitting 4th in the East right now, which is good enough to have home court. I don't think the Pacers are going to be able to go up. I think the top 3 seeds are kind of solidified with Cleveland, Boston, and New York, which are easily the 3 best teams in the East right now. I think right behind the Pacers you have Milwaukee. Which Milwaukee's dealing with some injuries right now. Giannis is hurt. And then they just got Kuzma, so they're going to have to bring Kuzma into the fold. You got Detroit at 6. Detroit's the up-and-coming team. I think with the new coach in Detroit, I think they're finally getting to where they need to be. And then you got a combination of Orlando and Miami at 7 and 8, I believe. And then you got Atlanta at 9, and then Chicago's at 10. But we'll see. I don't think the Pacers can go up. Hopefully they don't go down. Hopefully they stay right at 4, which is the sweet spot, 4 or 5, and then you hopefully get a first round home court in the first round of the playoffs, and hopefully you get to the second round, and then I think they would be knocked out by Cleveland or Boston or whoever. So in the Pacers schedule coming out of the All-Star break is really, really, really tough. So they play Memphis at home, they play the Clippers at home, and they play the the Nuggets at home. So that's a really tough stretch. As far as the Colts go, there really isn't any news coming out of there. You probably won't hear anything until maybe free agency next month, but you have the combine at the end of the month. So some positions of need I think the Colts are going to be looking at here in Indy are, I believe you got to be looking at tight end on offense. Tyler Warren, Colston Loveland, but tight end, I'd imagine they're going to take a tight end pretty early. They need a tight end really badly in order to take this offense to the next level. I'd be looking at the running backs. This is a really, really, really good running back class. And we'll go over some of the prospects that Mitch and I like in next week's episode. Defensive line, I think that's a very underrated need. Edge rusher, Kwity Paye, his contract is up after next year. And then obviously you have Laiatu Latu, and then defensive tackle. DeForest Buckner and Grover Stewart are not getting any younger. So I think you got to start thinking about defensive tackle as a need. Linebacker is a big one. And then obviously the secondary. So some of those might go away after free agency if Chris Ballard decides to sign anybody. But we'll see when we get closer to the draft what this Colts team looks like before the draft starts. So I believe that's all I've got for you guys today. Thank you guys so much, and I will catch you guys next week.